today we're putting the ashtray in the back seat of the back of it. It's got this nice little slider that goes up and down. We've got our screws where we took it apart and put it all back together. There's our bolts. Here is our rivets where we had to mash it down because of the way it was factory riveted together. Here's the rivets here. The actual slider you can see that goes in here behind the ashtray, which is right here. It's just a little canvas back slider that slides on the back of each one of the grooves, which is all the grooves here. And it's all riveted. We took it apart. We had the front chromed section, the inside chromed, and the rest of it is just the ashtray's painted and the back plate is painted. Now I'm just in the process of putting it in the back of the seat, cushioning it, adjusting the foam underneath of it so that when it goes in and it's bolted down, it will look nice and be set in there fluffy like everything else and all cleaned up. So that it'll kind of set in there just like that. I've got to do a little bit more cushion adjusting here to make these corners a little smoother, but that's kind of how it's going to look. Well, what I've been working on is this back of the seat. We have this cigarette lighter accessory with the cigarette lighter that's in it. Everything works and functions. We got a slider door, cigarette lighter tray in here for your ashes. You can see that it works and functions because it's already getting red hot. Got the package tray in, back of the seat in, got the hanger cable bar in, that's all in, all the back of the seat's all attached and bolted in. Also been working on these vents that went back in here. Put a screen underneath of the vent to protect bugs and dirt and stuff from getting down into the air conditioner unit in the back of the trunk. Well, what we're doing on the 54 Buick today is we're finally at the stage where we're hooking up the air conditioning lines. We've got our rubber O-ring that goes in here. We have our new gasket that goes over top of here, slides over there, and then we've got all our bolts painted to go in there. So basically we're going to put the AC line on. There's a spring inside of there which holds the little baffle in place. It's a kind of a spring little fit. Put the bolts through here, put her up to the compressor, and little by little start turning the gaskets in. You can see it's pressure, it's got a spring in it. So as I push it in, the bolts and stuff will go in. And it'll just take a little bit of some hand turning to get them all threaded to go in, because with the freshly painted bolts, we don't want to put a wrench on it and go around the edge and break off the fresh paint. We painted the bolts yesterday, so that's what we're doing, just being very careful. Okay, well, I've spent most of the morning working on the AC system, going through, double checking, tightening all the valves. I've got negative 26 pounds of vacuum on the gauges, which shows that all the system is holding, all the lines are tight. What I'll do now is I'll shut it off. I'll let it set for 30 to 45 minutes and make sure the vacuum is still at that negative. And if it is, then that means all of them are tight and sealed and not going to leak, and then we can add the Freon. Right now, after we got the air conditioning compressor and the system holding the right amount of vacuum, showed you that a little bit ago. Right now I'm looking through the book trying to make sure that I add the right amount of Freon, the right amount of poundage on the low, then flip it over to high side, making sure the switches work back and forth. Since the system is been totally disassembled, totally reconditioned, put back together, we want to make sure it's right, put the right amount of Freon in it. It's supposed to require a total of 7 pounds, so you put 4 in the high side and 3 in the low side to put the right amount of pressure in it. And once I do that tomorrow, we'll see exactly how cool it gets and go from there.
Too gentle. We got the exhaust pipe, little tap, hear it?
Yep.
All right, Maiden voyage, no hood, but it's enjoyable. Let's see what we got. Well, the speedometer's working good. Everything's working good that way. Sure is smooth. Damn, it's smooth. The funny little tinging sounds like we have a bell. Little vibration is the steering wheel not having that centerpiece in it thing. Right there.
It is.
Yep. That's it.
It's only snug down.
There. If I put my finger there. Alright, all temperatures are good. We're running normal right in the middle. Gauge went up good. We're only taking a short little ride up here to the farmer's path. We're going to turn back around, check everything. We're going to do it again. Yeah, rear end the back of that. Yeah, we got just a little tiny, that one little spot on the exhaust pipe, right where it's right next to it. We're gonna have to move that a tiny bit more. Turns so tight for a big old boat. All right. Vibration on the steering wheel, that's annoying as shit. Well, the horn does work properly. And that's gotta stop. God, that'll bug me. It's cool working out little kind of kicks. Temperature's running real good down low. Oil pressure's up high, amps are up all good, everything's that way, gauges are all working, odometer's working and rolling, everything's working in a proper format. It's cool, we flew. Swinging wide. Alright, want to do a little dirt tracking in the field? Had to do it. He gets worse for spots than Carol would. It's so sweet. It drives so fucking nice. Man. Even over bumps out here. We got our little tiny quirks we're going to work out, but everything is working really nice. Feel that. God damn, the steering is so nice. That's about as far as I want to drive.
We're recording.
Okay, well, last night we kind of took it on its maiden voyage. Now, Carol came over the day to see it, and it's really kind of coincidental. You tell your story of how long it's been.
Well, this has been a 13-year project, and it was about 13 years ago today that I brought the car home to put in my garage. Here we are 13 years later, getting ready to roll.
It's kind of neat, really. I mean, you know, it just is. She's ready to fire up. Here, hand it to her. takeaway, you can do a little video while we ride down the road. And you can turn it off anytime you want. We're gonna pull back out of here. Now we did stick some paper napkins underneath of the steering wheel here to stop the vibration on it until I put it together. And you hear your Maybell?
Yeah.
That we got the exhaust
Okay.
is touching right on the frame where it goes through.
So we've got a bell. Maybell
Yeah,
has a
Maybell
bell
has a
ringing.
bell. So leave it until she comes.
I do have the license plate and the registration and all
it's
that stuff
fine
in the
right
truck.
now. But everything's working really nice, you know. It just drives really smooth. Now we done all the alignment on just measurement. We haven't lined it up on the machine yet, and it just, look at that. It just floats.